All right, what's up, guys? Thank you for coming back to my channel, and I'm super excited today for this topic, how to care less what other people think of you. This is a big one for me. This is a big one. I have always cared what people think of me, deeply, actually, ever since I was a kid. I don't know if it started with like schoolyard bullying or if I cared before that started. But I was bullied pretty consistently my whole childhood. And just as a kid, like I was really taught to be polite and taught in some ways not to take up too much space. And I'm not parent shaming here. My parents were awesome and did such a great job with all me and all of my siblings. But yeah, it was always like, take the high road, don't say anything. Kind of keep your mouth shut in a way of like, for self-preservation. Like, there was a lot of like, here's what you could say, but we only did that behind closed doors. Here's what I should have said, but never actually saying those things. And part of that was, I think, I don't want to get into too much to this, but I think my mom, what was modeled to me was that she didn't know how to do that either, like how to actually have healthy aggression and assertiveness in conversations. And so, we'd see her kind of practice things behind closed doors, but then fail to launch, and so I learned, from a young age, I think, that it was not safe to express your opinions, have healthy aggression, stand up for yourself, essentially. And so I was easily manipulated as a kid because I was so polite and I just didn't want to hurt anyone or do anything wrong, kind of. And then that continued through high school as well. So anyways, I guess all this to say, it's taken me some serious unlearning as an adult, caring what other people think of me and truly what I think of myself. I think at the core of caring what other people think about you is actually what we think about ourselves. So I thought, and on some level for sure I was afraid of what other people thought. I think of my ex-partner. We were together for 7 years, and he was kind of judgmental. He could be judgmental at times, and very extreme in his views. And I always felt like I couldn't fully be myself because he wouldn't accept me. But I also look back on that time now and I'm like, actually, I probably could have, and maybe it would have been difficult in our relationship, but if I truly had, I guess, sort of believed in myself a little bit more or cared more deeply about not disappointing myself, I probably could have done that and been myself, and maybe the relationship would have ended sooner because we would have realized we weren't compatible. So anyways, what I'm starting to unlearn around this, and what has been really interesting, is that in order to fully stop caring what other people think of you, you have to care more about what you think of yourself. Your opinion of yourself has to matter more, and truly you have to kind of realize that time is finite. You don't have forever. You actually don't even know when your life will end. Sorry if this just got morbid, but it's true. We don't know. And so there's truly an urgency to not disappoint yourself and to not let yourself down anymore. I think I got fed up with also letting myself down. And all the things I said I was going to do and then wouldn't do or don't follow through with. And I sort of finally hit a point where I wanted to become someone that I loved and respected deeply. And deeper than anyone else I know. It's more important to me now that I don't let myself down than anybody else, friends or family. And, we live in also a social media age, which makes caring what other people think of you, or not caring what other people think of you, really, really hard. Really hard. And even if it's, I've noticed it's not necessarily I didn't necessarily realize that I was tying likes and stuff like that to what people think of me until recently when I did a social media detox. And it was wow, this weight lifted off my shoulders, and I was I could see the forest through the trees in a way. Like I was like, oh, like the world isn't going to burn down if I don't get enough likes on this post. And I could post something. What I was doing was posting from my laptop, and then I like was off of it on my cell phone, and managed not to like go on it on my laptop other than to post stuff, because I did want to keep my content, routine going. And I'm trying to find a way as a creator to create and not consume so much. But what I would find was it was like, oh, like my profile didn't burn down while I was gone and I posted a controversial video. Or by the time I went and looked at how many likes a post got, I had posted it so long ago that it didn't really sting the same way that it does when you like just post something and you're like kind of waiting, like how's it gonna be received? What are people are gonna get likes? And then feeling so disappointed, like the kind of constant disappointment of, damn, that one didn't land, or dang, that didn't get as many views, or I thought that was a good post and nobody really liked it. Like all that stuff was just taken away. And it's like, it feels great to not be like subtly disappointed all day long. I didn't realize how those little things were blows to my self-esteem all day long, incessantly. And so I guess my first sort of tip for starting to care less about what other people think of you is start to distance yourself and disengage a little bit if you can, whether that's a certain friend that is not understanding you the way that you wish that they could, or whether that's a social media platform and you need some space from all the comments and opinions of other people. Create some boundaries for yourself. I downloaded Opal. I love it. It's easy to use, and it keeps me blocked off of all my social media apps for 80% of my day, I think. So I'm around the 15 to 20% usage mark right now, and that's feeling pretty good. I don't love when it's like inconvenient. Like someone sends me something and I can't open Instagram, you know what I mean? Like stuff like that. But the benefits have outweighed those minor inconveniences for sure. So the next sort of tip, I guess you could say, no, fuck that. I don't want to give tips. I just want to keep talking. So what I've realized is that over the past couple of years, I've really sort of shed a lot of layers with myself of who I thought I was. Started with leaving that relationship, because that was a really big step. And that was like a truth that I had deep in me and that I was blatantly avoiding for a really long time. And he knows that, and I know that. We've talked about that. But man, did I try. But yeah, it started with honoring that big truth for me. That was a catalyst for so many other things. I also came out of the closet, but I didn't really realize I was in a closet. I always knew I was bi, but then I just like started dating women and was like, oh, this actually fits way better. And when you come out with your sexuality and then gender, like when sexuality and gender start to go, it is kind of mind-blowing. You start to realize how much of our lives are a construct, how much of our identities are a construct that was just like conditioned and placed on us by who really knows. Like, how long has the construct of gender and sexuality been around? I don't know. I don't really know the history still. I'm still catching up. I'm a baby queer. But yeah, like once those kind of started to go, I was like, what else? What other boxes have I put myself in? What other beliefs do I have about my identity that don't actually serve me, maybe aren't even true, and I can let go of? And one of those was kind of the narrative that I cared what other people think. And it's not been without, like, I put like literal effort into unlearning or uncaring what people think. And I can talk to you guys a little bit about what that process is for me. It involves sitting with myself in silence or music, putting my hands on my heart and my belly and breathing really, really deeply and feeling what it feels like to be rejected, to be shamed, to be unloved, whatever it is that's like just come up, like if I've just been triggered. And literally letting those feelings process through my body and noticing the sensations and like letting it burn off of you. That's what I do. I don't know why. Actually, I do know why, but like, I don't know why it works. And so let them rage, like let those feelings rage for as long as they need to. And then when you're done with that, like reconnect with who you know you are on a deeper level. And if you want help with that, just reach out to me. I'd love to like walk you through that process and teach you what I know. But yeah, after like it takes processing that wound a lot, because this was a core wound for me. Like my core wound is that I'm an embarrassment and everybody else is in on the joke except me. And so it's taken a really long, a lot of healing sessions, from little things to big things. A lot of healing sessions of doing that and feeling that feeling of shame. But it's worked, right? Because here I am on fucking YouTube putting my ideas out in the world. And this is something I thought I would never be able to do. Because I was severely stalked and bullied online. And so I never thought I would be capable of putting myself out there, receiving comments and opinions from other people, and then just like setting a healthy boundary with myself and saying, you know what? I don't have to read those. I don't have to know what people think about me. I don't have to know what people think about me. Damn. Like, why did nobody tell me that? Like, I don't actually have to read all the comments. Like, yes, engagement, blah, 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 blah. I don't really care. It's your mental health. Like, I don't have to read all the comments. My channel or my page or my profile isn't going to burn down because I didn't read the comments. So, listen, no one can know the entirety of your experience except you. So the truth is, like, nobody knows. Nobody is going to get it. Like, and I think that caring what other people think of you is also tied to a deep need of wanting to be seen by others and understood. My joke wound for myself is I'm so misunderstood. And I'll just like say that from time to time, like, oh, so misunderstood. Because I think that that's kind of what it's tied to as well, is like a deep need to be seen and got. So when you can see and get yourself, because you're really the only person that ever could, and you're the only person that can willingly give that to you whenever you need it, it's a game changer. It's a game changer is what I want to say. So just to kind of reiterate, it starts with getting super clear about who you are and what you want. Sometimes those are little things. Like, start letting yourself want little things. I want to stretch my legs. I want back support is what I want right now. I want to go for a walk in the middle of the day, or like whatever it is. I want a blanket so I feel cozy. I want to put my hoodie on so I feel cozy while I'm doing my work. Really little things. That's self-care to me. That's learning how to listen and honor what I just heard. And big things, even if it's like, you can just like notice like, wow, I want to be famous today, or like whatever it is, or I want this program to sell, or whatever it is. And honoring that wanting, like seeing it, being like, yeah, I see that, I get that. It sounds simple, and it kind of is, but like doing it over and over again has a really, really big magnified exponential impact of actually being able to go after things in your life and try things that you would never have tried before. I decided to try skateboarding. I picked up a $20 skateboard from Walmart, and little Savannah could have never done that. The humiliation of being so bad in front of people at a skate park? No way. But I went and I fell on my ass in front of people, and I made a fool of myself, quite honestly. But I don't think anyone gave a shit, because everyone is wrapped up in their own world, number one. And the cool people there were just like cheering me on. Like when I finally went down the ramp and didn't fall, they were like, yeah, that was cool. So yeah, you kind of realize that it has been all in your head, which is crazy too, because I really thought, and there are some people for sure, like I've had some things where I'm like, that person definitely was judging me, but I'm okay with that. Like I can be okay with that now, because why the fuck does that person's opinion matter? I barely know them. So at the end of the day, I think caring less what other people think of you is actually a radical act of self-trust. It's starting to really trust that you know what's good for you, that you know what you want, that you deserve what you want, that you're worthy of what you want, and that who you are is not inherently bad and not inherently broken. Because once you're willing to be there for yourself and see yourself and hold yourself there, like you no longer you'll just inherently learn naturally that you're actually whole and complete and perfect as you are. I truly believe that. That's been my experience. So anyways, if this resonated with you, definitely drop a comment, like, and subscribe. Yeah, stay tuned for more content like this. I think this is the kind of stuff that I want to do more of, this kind of low effort vlog style, vlogcast content, with ideas about how to really step into who you are and who you've always been. So that's it for now, and I'll see you guys in another video.